Hello, and welcome to this very impromptu episode of One Shot Revolver. Tonight we're playing a system Dan has designed, but first we're going to go around and everyone's going to introduce themselves. Imagine that. I am Damien, hosty, channel runny person of the he/him pronouns. That is me. Lucky, who are you?
Oh, I'm Lucky, as described.
Wow, fancy that.
Yeah,
we've done this before.
I think you've covered it. I mean, you've got the name in there and everything.
Oh.
I'll pass it on. Let's go two across. What's happening there? That'd be you, Dan.
Oh, hi, I'm Dan the GM. I GM. My pronouns are also he, him. And yes, I designed this system based on another system that I'll explain a bit later. And from Dan to Danny.
I'm Danny or Danielle. I game a lot. I've played on the one-shot revolvers a few times before.
Yeah, you have.
Pronouns she, her. Yeah, and we're doing character intros later. So, Connor.
Hi, I'm Connor. This is my first time, I guess, on One Shot Revolver, and I go by he, him.
Is it really your first time? I had no idea.
Yeah.
We'll be gentle.
Yeah, it's his one-shot revolver cherry.
I've lost count. I can't remember if this is my third or fourth.
27, who knows? Yeah, so without further ado, and because we're professionals, Dan, what are we doing today?
Yep, so we're using my system called Telling Our Tales, or TOTs for short. I designed it when I was working at a special needs school, meant for young children and those who might struggle to be able to tell a story. Basically, these guys have come up with their own cartoon characters that are going to be entered into a race that would be considered wacky by some. So as a result, all they need to do is they can draw a picture of their characters. They then choose if they want the character to be particularly strong, particularly quick, or particularly smart. They've also, each character's got 3 health points or hearts. So if they fail at something, they could lose a heart and try and remain in the race that they're going to be in. And you also get 3 rerolls, which are represented by gems on your character sheets. So if you're like, oh, I screwed that up, but I want to try again, spend a gem and reroll. And I'll leave it to you guys to describe your characters as you're currently at the checkered line at the front, waiting to take off as the lights go from red to green.
Are we using D6s?
So you're using D6s. So the way it works is if you're in your chosen stat, you roll 3 6-sided dice. So if you're described this character as being a strong character and you want to bash through something, roll 3d6 and you're looking for a 5 or a 6 to succeed. But then if you're trying to be quick and outpace somebody, then you'd only roll 2 6-sided dice because you're not quite as good at that. And again, trying to succeed or a 5 or a 6. And because this is a race, we're going to be counting how many successful dice you have. And whoever has the most successes at the end will be declared the winner and given a virtual trophy and accolades from all of us. Yes. They could do a victory lap of in-your-face suckers.
Fancy.
I should have got a cheering theme or something. Anyway, never mind. Next time.
And in terms of length, I'm not sure. I used to play this in like 20 minutes with some of my kids in classrooms last year. So we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
All right. I'll pass it on to Connor. Go reverse last time. Connor, could you describe your character and what does it look like as you're waiting for the light to turn green and start this race?
My character is OLM8, and he's a robot, quite a robust robot. He's got a dingy sort of somewhat rusty vehicle that he's put together in his garage. He's an old hand at racing for years, whether it's sort of like street racing or in different circuits and things like that. But he's never sort of like been very good, just because every vehicle he puts in has been something that he's made in his garage type thing. There's always something that goes wrong.
Excellent. And Lockie, what about your character?
I'm playing Finn the Human, and my car is my best friend Jake, who can transform into anything.
Sorry, one thing before I forget, Connor, what is your character? Strong, quick, or
my character's strong.
Strong, yeah. And how about Finn the Human?
Finn is quick. Lucky. He's not particularly bright and or strong, being I think he's an 11-year-old boy, maybe 12. Like But oh yeah, quick. They've got full of energy.
Full of vigor. Fair enough.
That's it.
Damien, how about yourself?
I am playing a dinosaur robot that is definitely not ripped off of a certain grim and lucky kind of, not that lucky, dinosaur robot from the mid 80s cartoon series Transformers is not ripped off of that at all. And he is basically been trying to get into his little car in dinosaur form, but it's not working. So he's going to have to be very grumpy because he's going to have to go to his human-y form and going to be really, really grumpy. And he is strong.
Yes. And what did you name your character?
I called him Grimlock, but I don't know if that's copyrighted. But we were discussing that beforehand. So Grimlock it is.
Grimlock.
Okay,
I was going to call it Lock
Finn
Grim.
the human is definitely not copyright in any way.
Yeah.
It's a new and original character.
Yeah, that's
New and
it.
original character.
And last one, Danny. Who are you playing, and how would you describe your character?
I'm playing Lynx in the Thundercat. I'm sort of lithe and sort of a cinnamony brown color with tufts on my ears and black stripes on my face and bright green eyes. And I'm driving a sports car, which is slightly raised from your standard sports car and has tank tracks at each wheel. And it's got a glove box full of things that I've invented that I might use
Excellent.
or I might not, seeing how I feel.
Fair enough. We'll see how it goes. All right. So you guys are engines idling at the lines. In front of you is lush green forest kind of thing with a dirt track down the side for you guys to race down. And as the light turns to green, I'm going to get you all to do a speed roll to see how well you kick off from the start. So
Speed roll.
if your character's quick, if your character's quick, you're rolling 3 6-sided dice. If you're something else, then only roll 2.
And the goal is to get a total score, or is it to
let me know how many are 5 or 6.
0?
One success.
1 success for Danny. Lucky is
0.
0.
I rolled 2 ones. Great start.
That's awesome. Old mate,
I rolled 2 6s.
2 successes.
What? Oh my
Awesome.
god. You're not supposed to be good at this game. Jeez.
So what I imagine happens right at the start is so Lynx, being a fast character, a smart character, has got some kind of rocket boost, mistimed slightly, but does manage to get off ahead. Old mate Connor, it just kind of launches themselves from the front. It puts nitro right in the tank. Meanwhile, Grimlock and Finn the Human are pranking each other and trying to sabotage each other, and as a result, both stall. It's okay. You both take off. There's still movement ahead, and eventually all of you blasting along this road. As you guys get there, though, somebody. Possibly someone who's quite dastardly has felled an enormous tree along the road. Old mate, given that you're currently in lead, how are you going to deal with this obstacle?
Straight through it.
Just power through?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Give me a strength roll as you, I guess, how do you do that? Do you have giant robot fists or?
Yeah. Drive straight up to it and reach out of the vehicle and slam my hands down to basically make the vehicle do a flip over as we're rolling through. Yeah.
All right, roll your 3d6 to robo leap.
I got a 2, 3, and a 6.
All right, so 1 success. Awesome.
Yep.
Danny, you come up just behind. You see him take this leap. How do you deal with this?
Oh, I'm gonna swerve to the side and kind of ramp up the curb on the edge of the road to leap my sports car over the tree as well.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna call that I would call that a quick roll because you're trying to because you're reacting quickly. Unless you have unless you want to tell me how you could do that quick smartly.
Well, I was hoping that being able to use the environment around me to give myself a ramp would make it a smart roll, but quick is valid too.
No, smart. I'll go for smart with that explanation. Sure.
All right, let's see how we go. 2 success.
Nice. So you find a ramp, and it just gives you the extra bit of lift, so you're now neck and neck with old mate. Finn the human, how are you going to deal with this?
Whoa, what the glob, a tree? I think Finn's going to be like, Jake, look out! And then Jake's going to try and grow legs and just step over it.
All right. I'm going to call that a quick one. I'll allow that one to be considered quick because it's not really strong and it's not really smart, and therefore...
no successes again.
Right. So don't forget, you can spend your gems to re-roll. So you get 3 of them per race. You can re-roll that one now and kick off.
No, I like the idea that he trips on the tree.
All right. Yeah, so legs extend, he kind of goes up, over, and then his ankle trips him up.
Oh, the stick!
How can I do this to myself? Grimlock, how are you going to deal with this enormous tree in your path?
Grimlock is going to do a dino flip over and turn into dino form and flip over, and then just hopefully the car just goes through the log, and then he was going to flip and land in the car once it's gone through the log.
All right, let's go for dino flip. Sounds very similar to robo flip. Let's go for it.
What am I rolling?
I'll call that one strength as well as you try and jump over and clear.
So 3 dice?
Yep, for you.
Oh, sweet. I got 2 successes.
Nice. So you
Dino flip.
So Dino Flip, it gets you, you're not quite, so Linkson, aka Danny, and Old Mate, aka Connor, are still a length ahead of you, but you've managed to close some of the distance from your false start. In the meantime, Jake is kind of squirming in the mud.
Oh, my ankle! I twisted!
Now, this being a kind of TV show world, for some reason, environments change randomly depending on whatever's cheapest. So, in the next stage, you guys find yourself in a lava situation. So, there's all these like volcano spots, hot air pushing through, and at one point, you guys come across a T intersection. Sorry, so you can go either left or right. Who wants to go left? Who wants to go right? Or who wants to tell me how to try and do both at once? I'll go with
multi-track drifting.
Yeah.
Left.
So, Danny, do you want to go left or right, or try and find a way to do both?
So, Old Mate went left. I'm going to go right and hope that's a shorter path.
All right, so you're going left. Old Mate's going right.
Other way around?
Oh, other way around?
Oh, I said multi-track drifting. I'm going on.
Oh, he's going. No, I think Damien's going right.
All right.
No, I'm going left.
Oh, you're going left.
I'm going right.
Multi-track.
We have all options. Excellent.
Multi-track. And Finn the human, where are you going?
I'll go left.
You're going left as well. Okay, so only Old Mate, I'm going to get you to do. How are you going to do a multi-track drift? How are you going to try and go across?
Like what was it? Like a Herbie or something like that? The car splits in two. Straight down the middle. So half of his body's driving one car, part of the car. The other half is driving the other car. They basically just turned into 2 motorbikes.
I think that's a scene from The Shaggy Dog where it does turn out to be 2 motorbikes and he thinks it's a car playing chicken. But okay, how would that work? I'm going to call that one a clever roll as you try and like split yourself in 2 and still have a running engine in both halves.
6 and a 4.
All right. So that vaguely counts as success. So yes, you get to go both left and right. Now, what happens when you do that is your right side was the way to go. So you end up going through this, like, it turns into peaceful, lush forests, is like bluebirds singing and stuff like that. That's what your right hand's getting. For your half that went left and everyone else, however, there's now a river of lava blocking your path. So not quite wide, bit too wide to jump. And not be able to cross through, Connor, with your previous success, you've hit the lead. How are you going to be negotiating that first?
River of lava.
Yep.
Well, obviously, ramping up off the side and doing a sick jump across it.
Yeah. So there are like pools of like rocks floating past. So you're going to try and like ramp off. You can't do it in one jump. You can try and speed up and ramp off a few of them.
Jump from one rock to another.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'll do that. He's got mad BMX skills,
All right. I'm going to call that a quick roll though.
Yeah.
I'm going to call that a quick roll. So roll me 2 6-sided dice for yourself.
Yep. 2 and a 4.
Nice. So did you want to re-roll those, or are you going to hold on to your re-rolls?
Hold on to my re-rolls.
All right. So you're still at this point. You're still in the lead, pending Danny's now successes. So Linkshin/Danny, how are you going to deal with this river of rock?
So the river of lava was on both sides, or did the one?
It's complete. So it's completely in front of you. So it's basically like there might have been a bridge or something. It's gone out. There's like chunks of rock of Star Wars kind of floating past that you can try and navigate a way across. Or if you can think of something else brilliant, go for it.
All right. I am going to quickly reach into my glove box and pull out my not yet patented glue bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to throw it along with the glitter bomb onto the near edge of the lava river to create a very fragile and temporary bridge that I can kind of carefully speed across.
So you're making a literal rainbow bridge.
I am making
cross.
a literal rainbow bridge, and I'm yelling out Thundercats ho as I do it.
All right. Give me a clever roll, because I love the fact that you had these inventions just in case instead of the thing, and I will call that a clever a way of your character showing off its brains.
I'm going to use a gem and re-roll that.
Oh boy.
Because that was no successes.
You do not want to land in this river.
So that's one success.
One success. Awesome. So you and old mate are now neck and neck. Damien, you've got this same river of lava. You can risk the rainbow bridge, or you can find some other way.
I'm going to jump using the car, jump over the lava, but yeah, like the Star Wars rocks, like going rock, rock, rock.
All right. I'm going to call that a strong roll for you as you kind of leap.
Go.
I can't imagine when this happens, you transform into a T-Rex and carry the car in your mouth.
Yes, this is exactly what happened.
Driving.
Okay, that's one success.
Cool. So you've so you're still a little bit behind the other two, but you've again caught up that distance. Finn the human / Lockie bringing up the rear.
Finn, seeing the lava, is like, "Go, Jake, go! We can do this!" And Jake's like, "No way, man. My tires are made of skin. We're going back the other way." So he starts reversing against Finn's will, and they'll go back and take the right-hand turn or left-hand turn, whichever one was.
Awesome. So you turn back and go down the right way. Give me a quick roll. So
Yeah, cool.
So as you try and like not lose too much time going the way
1-6.
1-6, your first success.
I love it. And it was Jake's will.
Awesome. So currently we have Linkshin and Old Mate neck and neck with 4 successes each. Grimlock a little bit behind with 3 successes, and Finn the human a couple of lengths back on 1, but doggedly trying to didn't mean that one. Keeping up with the others. All right, so you're not quite out of the lava biome yet, but what you do see, you start seeing like rusted old hulks from other prior races kind of littering the ground as you're driving past, and then every now and then you hear this rumble and then boom, as like water geysers kind of shoot up. Superheated water geysers shoot up. Are you guys going to try and work out a way to get around these? Are you just going to trust that the road's safe? What's your plan? I'm going to go with Old Mate going first this time, since you're...
Just going straight through. Yeah, not even trying it around. Just
all right.
go straight through, and catch a water geyser, you just like kind of hold out his shirt and try and catch some air.
All right.
Yeah.
Give me a d6 roll. If you get a 1, you hit a geyser.
All right. 2.
No, you're fine. Yeah, the roll holds true for you. Danny / Lynchen, how are you going? Are you going to hedge your bets, or are you going to trust your luck?
I'm going to slalom in between fountains.
All right. That sounds like a quick roll. Roll me quick.
It does, doesn't it?
Use
1 success.
1 success. Awesome. So you don't lose any points, but you manage to hit a bit more of a lead from overall men. Grimlock, next up.
So paint the scene for me.
So it's like a desert scene. You see these like rusted old hulks from other cars around, and these like craters, kind of some on the road, some off the road. And every now and then, from one of those craters, this geyser of steam will shoots up. If it hits your car, it might total it, or it might just slightly inconvenience you, given that we're in Hanna-Barbera era cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, how are you wanting to avoid those hazards effectively?
Can I just kind of do a zigzag thing?
Mhm.
But also I want to pick up one of the rocks, like or car carnage, and throw it at whoever's in the lead.
Awesome.
Can I do all that?
Yes. I'm gonna say that I'll say that your main kind of thing is to just to throw it to try and knock back the other two. So technically, that would after your roll, it'll be Lynchen / Danny who's in the lead with 5 points.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you roll 3d6 to see if you manage to connect and knock off a point.
Yep, that's 1 success.
1 success. So Danny, you get hit. You kind of spin around, woo, 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 and settle. Connor. Connor remains. So you now. A moment before you in the lead, Connor's now neck and neck with you, and I'm going to give Damien a point of success for that. So the 3 of you are now on 4 points each. It's very close at the front. Bringing up the lonely male, we have Lucky.
That's where I roll 3 6s and catch up. He's like, Finn's like, go, Jake, go! And so they drive straight towards a geyser and shoots them into the air. And Jake's going to try and turn into a parachute, use the wind rush to pull them forward to the front over everyone.
Awesome, love it. I'm going to call that a quick roll as you kind of, I guess, would you call that a quick roll, or were you looking for
that or smarts, one of the two.
Which one are you good at?
Quick is better.
Go for quick.
Done. 6 and a 5.
6 to 5.
2
awesome.
successes.
2
Rocket
successes.
That's it.
So
mathematical.
it's not even a parachute. He transforms into a hang glider, yeah. And to back and you take up 2 success worths of legs, so you're only just behind the other 3 now, as opposed to like just barely making out their dust. Now, just like in Mario Kart, there is like you guys get power ups. So you see these little kind of cubes on the ground. You guys drive through them. I'll get each of you to roll a d6.
I'm still in my 2 little motorbike forms, so can I get 2?
No, you reconnected at the geyser scene.
So 1d6. That's
So roll
a
with
5.
D6. Yeah. So with a 5 or a 6, you get a weapon. So that'll be up to you to describe what that weapon will look like, but it'll be used similar to how Grimlock threw their car earlier.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna.
If you get
I got a 2.
You got a 2, yeah.
I got a
if
5.
You get a 5, yep. So you get a weapon. You get a weapon. Finn.
A 1.
A 1. That's fine.
Naturally.
So 1 and 2. So that lets you guys have a shield. So if somebody tries to target you, you can ditch that to have some kind of decoy or
Excellent.
power armor or something like that. So
how'd you
your
break?
character. So that actually works out well. You got 2 weapons, 2 armors. The third one is going to be a +1 to some kind of speed roll as you got a speed boost. The biome changes again. So you've gone through lush forest, you've gone through desert volcanic hellscape, and now you're at the beach. So you kind of got the water on one side, sparkling blue. Regularly, waves come in and make the same sound every 2 seconds. Whoosh, whoosh. got sand on the other side. Every now and then you got like these little crabs kind of scuttling across, but they're enormous. They're the size of Linkshen's car. So given that we got Grimlock in the equal lead for the first time, what are you going to do about these crabs? How are you going to avoid them from crashing into your car?
Go to the doctor. No.
Wrong bonus trick.
Good.
You're so proud of that.
Oh, very, very. So I've got what have I got? Shield? Is that all I've got?
So you've got a weapon, so you can spend that just to auto succeed and blast them through, or you can find another way to deal with these crabs as they start crowding towards you.
And I try and run them over.
All right, I'm going to call that a strength roll as Grimlock smashes.
Okay, I'm going to reroll.
All right.
Bugger.
You can reroll again. You've got 3 of them per race.
This is my last gem.
Yep.
All right, using my last gem, and I failed. All right.
Oh no!
This is disastrous.
All right. So So you lose 1 health point. So one of your hearts gets crossed out. But you maintain your position in the race. Danny.
I am gonna do a handbrake turn and try to use the back of my sports car to knock the crab in front of me into Grimlock and then drive through the space because he threw a car at me.
How dare you? I didn't do anything to you.
We're clearly throwing toys to each other.
I didn't do anything.
But it's cat toys.
I'm going to call it smarts to time that perfectly and kind of sideswipe a crab onto somebody else. So, roll smarts and we'll see how you go. 2
successes.
Oh, right. What?
So, unfortunately, Grimlock, not only does Danny get 2 successes, she knocks you back another 1. So you're so maybe what happens is as you're trying to like get your car back under control on the sand, the crab lands on your robot head and temporarily blinds you and causes you to fall back slightly.
Grimlock no see, Grimlock no see.
I guess that's what you get for PvP, initiating PvP.
I brought that on myself.
Yes.
You did.
Oh, mate, you got crabs coming towards you. You got crabs getting launched into the sky.
It's obviously going to hit the button and convert, the race car into a 4-wheel drive.
Yep.
Inflate the big tires because every year they have this, little sand level that we go through. So.
Yep. Awesome. I'm gonna call that a quick roll as you kind of adjust quickly to the surroundings. So 2d6
1 and a 4.
1 and a 4. Did you want to re-roll and spend a gem?
Yep. 2 4s.
2 4s. All right. Did you want to re-roll again, or are you happy to live with that?
Good. Yep.
All right, cool. And Finn the human.
Finn, being the hero that he is going to get out and start punching the crabs. Like, close up the housing market, crabs! And just start punching them.
I'm seeing flashbacks of your halfling standing on the plane, punching baby dragons out of the air.
That works. Assuming it's a strength roll?
It would absolutely be a strength roll. I think it's more that you tie yourself to the hood of the car and just punch as you walk, as Jake tries.
2 and a 5, so 1 success.
Well, the good news is your former position of last has been taken by Grimlock.
Oh, good.
Damn it.
So Danny's currently in the lead on 6. Old Mate and Finn are on 4 each, so she's got a decent lead, but, anything goes in this game. And Grimlock's now in the rear on 3 successes. All right. Now, as the beach continues, it goes from being a beach to being a port city. And you've got these, large ships kind of coming in. You guys are driving on these docks and leaping from pier to pier as these ships come through. once that enters, you guys actually all enter individual spaceships, each kind of designed around you guys, and launch yourselves into space for this next segment of the race. You get spaceship versions of your ships. As you guys enter the atmosphere, because this has to be wacky, you guys come across an asteroid field disturbingly close to the planet that you're currently residing on. What is your plan with dealing with these asteroids? I'm going to go with Danny, since they're currently in the lead.
Oh, I'm going to do a hand solo and fly in between the asteroids and hope that they hit my competitors as I go past.
All right, so run calculations for me. Roll a smart roll.
Yep. 1 success.
1 success. All right. Finn the human, equal second. How are you going to deal with these asteroids?
I think the only option at this point is for Finn to try and... I think he wants to try and race Jake. So he's going to separate and be like, let's jump the asteroids. And so they split up in a similar fashion to Old Mate. And they have a jumping contest across the asteroids, similar to that of Dory and Marvin. And, and
the jellyfish. I love that. Go for it. Quick roll. Best friends forever. High five.
3, 6, 2. So 1 success.
3, 6, 2. Yep. No worries. Old Mate.
He's going to use his big robot brain to calculate the optimal route to slingshot from one asteroid to another to get a lead.
All right, so that'll be a clever roll. Roll your 2d6 for that.
Yep. Got a 4 and a 1.
4 and a 1. All right. Did you want to gem re-roll that, or are you happy with that?
I will.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, with a gem re-roll, do we re-roll one of the dice or all 3?
All 3. But you take whatever's best.
Yeah. Oh, that's fancy.
6 and a 4.
I wish I knew that.
6 to 4, so. Yep. And Grimlock.
Well, obviously, I've been keeping something very secret in the glove compartment for this, specifically for this bit.
This is a G-rated show.
Mind out of the gutter.
Cartoon Network. All ages.
And I think I'm just going to have to, Armageddon style, blow up the asteroids with my nuclear warhead in the glove compartment.
All right. I love that. All right. Make me a strength roll as you just lob this nuclear-powered grenade in front of you.
1 success.
Asteroids? What asteroids?
1 success.
So what happens is, you got everyone else in the background. You hear this thump, wrong, as this enormous nuclear explosion suddenly comes past everyone.
And what is the nuclear fallout of this explosion?
But for all of that power, he's still behind everyone else. So just
because he's stood in front of him and then drive into it.
He's still one behind Old Man and Finn the Human trying to catch up.
Now
as this
and now he's
shockwave,
glowing and has 2 heads.
as the shockwave propels the rest of you slightly forward.
I see your secret plan. You just want to become Godzilla.
Damn it. Damn it, you've ruined it.
Awesome. Now the next one, so the next obstacle comes up. There's like these floating rings in space, large enough for you guys to fly through. And the idea is that you try and get as many as you can to try and get these points, and they're all kind of like scattered. You can try and like make a path out of it, but it requires some pretty fancy flying. Danny, given that you're still in the lead, what's your plan to try and get through these checkpoints?
Ooh. I mean, we've got some pretty good acceleration, but the turning on this thing is just on point. So I'm going to do a really quick calculation to see what the best path to get like 90% of the rings in a single pass through would be, and then try to get through them as quickly as possible, because I have this nasty suspicion that something bad's going to come and jump out at us.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. Give me a calculating clever roll as you try and work out your path, given your poor turning
Alright.
circle.
Oh, that's not a good calculation. I'm gonna re-roll that one.
All right.
One success. I'll take the one success.
All right, so you maintain that lead. Excellent. Finn the Human, I'll stick with you, given that you're so new into the front of the pack.
Well, hearing that we're going to be collecting gold rings, I think we're going from Mario Kart to Sonic. So I'm going to have Jake turn into Tails, Miles Tails, and he's going to carry me Sonic style. And so I'm going to double tail fly through all the rings here, collect as many as possible.
Awesome. Got to go fast. Roll
Go
quick
fast. Let's do it.
Yep.
2 4s and a 6, but I'm going to gem it up and try and push my luck here.
Go for it.
2 6s and a 1. I'll take that.
Ooh.
Awesome. So you're only just barely behind Linux, Linksin as you go through. Old mate.
I'm a radical boy on a radical mission.
Talking about?
What's that?
How big are these rings that we're talking about?
So they're big enough that you can fly through them.
All right,
so
cool. As we fly
checkpoints
through them, I'll try and grab them, take them with me, so the dinosaur can't take any of his own.
Yep.
Oh.
All right, so I'm going to call that a strength roll as you try and just yank them out of orbit, like effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 5s and a 4.
All right, so that's 2 successes. So you both kind of close the distance with Linksin. They've lost their commanding lead that they had a moment ago. Grimlock, you've lost some of these rings, but not all of them. What are you going to do about the ones that are there? Or are you going to try and take out old mate for messing with you, given you got a weapon?
I'll try and get the rings.
All right. How are you going to do this?
How far are they from me?
So they're kind of like set up like checkpoints. So kind of imagine like a ski kind of checkpoints you go through. So they're just in front of you, but there's a few left that you need to try and drive through for them to count towards your point total, effectively.
Cool. I'm going to just try to do burnouts and try and get some.
All right. I'm going to call that a quick roll. So roll me 2d6 as you just do space burnouts.
Space burnouts. 1 success.
1 success. Awesome. So unfortunately, old mate managed to grab a few that would have been optimal for your placing, but you managed to get through a couple before going through.
Gem it up. Come on. Get a few extras.
All right.
Those gems.
It's now power up time again. So roll your d6. 5 or a 6, you get another weapon. 1 and 2, you get a defense item that you can spend if somebody tries to mess with you. I'm going to call 3 or 4, you get a gem back. So you get another gem reroll.
Well, I got 4.
I got a 3.
I got 2.
So you get a defense item. Nice. Benny and Lucky get gem back. And old mate, how'd you go? Connor?
Sorry, what was that?
So roll a d6.
D6.
And let me know how you went.
6.
6. So you get a weapon. So you can try and mess with Grimlock or whoever's in front of you even more.
I still keep my old shield.
Yep, you got both.
Cool. And I've got all these rings.
And you got the rings just kind of you've gone through them and you got some of them hanging by your door on your door, car door, I guess. Right. So next one, you come across a large. I don't know if there's a word for like large asteroid to kind of describe this thing. It's almost small planet, and you see these like holes. Moonlet, yeah.
Planetoid, I think is the official name.
Planetoid, Plutoid. But it's got holes in it like Swiss cheese. Danny, you're currently in front. How are you going to approach this thing? You need to get around it.
You said it's got holes in it.
Like Swiss cheese. Like you can either try drive through, drive around, or something else.
When you said Dan, did you mean Danny? Or
Danny.
Oh, sorry.
Because they're in lead. Sorry.
Yes, that's why I'm kind of confused.
All right, Miss.
I am going to go through the planetoid and try to weave my way through that maze. And I'm actually going to drop some floating sharp caltrops as I go to make it harder for everybody else.
Okay, awesome. So first off, give me a d6 roll before you do that.
All right. 5.
Great. So you choose one of the ones, you drop your caltrops, and then from the cave next to the one you're about to go down, a large sandworm creature comes out and starts snapping at your ship. Give me a quick roll to see if you can avoid it before it takes a bite out of you.
That's definitely a reroll. Yeah, no, that was a failed reroll. I got a 4 and a 3.
So you lose one of your heart points as this worm takes a chunk out of your car. Still operational, but it's got some scratches on it.
Sure.
And give me another quick roll to get through and navigate this thing at the speed you need.
All right. That is a 6 and a 2. So getting through it, definitely I can do that, especially with the fear of sandworms.
Old mate, you've seen these sandworms come out, take a chunk out of Linkson's car. What's your plan?
I'm going to use these rings as giant, angry frisbees and just yeet them at the sandworms.
Well, if you like it, you better put a ring on it. That's what they say.
Right. Clearly like the sandworm.
I kind of imagine this like, when you say that, like I imagine that it's kind of like that game where you have like a stick and you kind of like put rings around it. Please go for it. It's a roll strength as you try and lasso these sandworms to get in your way.
Yep. I got 3 6s.
3 6s. Oh my god.
Ooh.
You hit the lead.
Damn.
Yeah, so not only do you lasso this thing and like just try and stop it from attacking you, you manage to like Shai Halud ride this thing through the meteor and get through the other side in extra quick time, even faster than Linshin does. Finn the human, you've seen this happen. What are you gonna do?
So is it currently tied up in rings, or is that moment past?
Well, there might be others in there. You don't know if it's the same one that went for Danny or not.
Traveling through a different hole and noticing the worm come out of nowhere, I think the instinct would be for Jake to turn into a female version of the worm and try and lure it into a false sense of security. And then Finn will jump out and punch it in the face. So, I guess smart?
I don't know. There's too much happening in that description. It could be smart, it could be strong. It's definitely not clever. Quick.
Smart here.
Right. Either way, it's a 2d6 roll, I guess. So.
I got a 5.
Nice. So somehow that succeeds.
Jake makes a sexy female worm dance, and the worm is very distracted.
Get out of my house, worm! And then Jake punches it in the face. And then continues.
And then you continue on unmolested. Excellent. Damien, what's your plan with dealing with these giant worms that are somehow seducible and lassoable?
I think Grimlock Smash is the best way to deal with them. So,
all right,
just Grimlock smashing them.
Roll strength to smash.
Strength to smash. That's a nope.
That's a nope.
That's a nope.
Oh dear. So Grimlock puts their head down.
Further back now.
Got some gems there, buddy.
I've used all my gems.
Oh man,
get a
that
reroll.
sucks for you.
You can spend. I'll tell you what. You can spend your weapon that you got to get a single success. Oh yeah, you can roll. You can spend your defense to get a single success.
Deal.
Done. All right. So scoreboard is very close still. We have Connor in the lead at the moment on 10 successes, followed very closely by Linkshin / Danny on 9. Finn the Human Lucky is on 8, and Damien's on 6. So there's only 4 successes between top and bottom. You guys land on Saturn. For some reason, it feels like, even though it's a gas giant, it feels like solid enough to be able to race on. But every now and then, like a wind blows and it kind of picks up some of the clouds and makes like
Cloud
weird
waves.
shapes. Makes cloud waves as you guys kind of race along. It's both, gas and solid, depending on the Hanna-Barbera angle you're taking at the time.
You don't want to confuse those because, if you release one and the other happens.
You can't trust yourself after that, can you? Never trust a gas or a solid.
Liquids are the only safe.
They broke me again. All right.
There should
You
must
love
be-
I should have chosen
really?
a nice planet. I should have chosen a bloody
like
nice
Uranus.
planet. Yep. That would have been safe. That would have been safe from puns. So every now and then these like waves kind of come across the ground that you guys are racing along. Connor, now that you're in the lead, do you have a plan for this? Are you going to try and use this to your advantage?
I don't know. What's the best course of action here? You're supposed to dive below the waves, right?
Well, you can. So you can try and dive below the waves. You can just drive through and see how you go.
I'm going to try and dive into the gas and take a shortcut.
All right, I'm going to call that a quick roll as you do that. So give me a 2d6 roll.
5 and a 3.
Nice. So you kind of extend that lead slightly. Danny, how are you going to? What, if anything, are you going to do about these gas waves?
I'm going to try to aquaplane and surf on the wave, pick just the right moment, and let the wave carry me forward past all of these guys.
All right. Yeah, give me. I'm going to call that one a quick roll as well.
All right.
I know you tried to make it clever by picking the right moment, but I was still going to call it a timing issue.
That's fair. That's fair. That's one success.
Nice. Finn the human / Lucky. You see the surfing. What are you going to do?
Nice. I think being a fun, joyful, child, we're going to have Jake turn into a boat, and then harnessing the power of gas, Finn's going to join in and try and fart into the sails. And so really give it a push of wind on wind.
All right, I'm going to call that a quick roll.
Don't make a mistake with
because I don't want to make that one a strength roll.
Push! I rolled a 1, a 5, and a 2, but I'm going to gem it and try again.
Go for it.
2 6s.
2 6s, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's working. No solids here, baby.
And Grimlock, how are you going to deal with the situation with your tiny little T-Rex hands?
Grimlock wants slipstream. He's got to go into the slipstream of Danielle's character.
I was going to say, don't go behind Lucky's.
No. I have to hold my mouth, hold my breath, hold my mouth.
Well, maybe Grimlock's gas powered.
I'm gonna give you a strength roll on that one as you kind of like push yourself in place, and plus you're like ages behind everyone, and I want to give you.
Do I get a bonus because I'm like in the slipstream? So,
but this is to stay in the slipstream.
Let's stay in the slipstream. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck off! No, okay. So it's a 1, a 2, and a 2. I'm just getting
The
rid of it.
universe is not kind to you in this race, my
I'm
friend.
changing my
not.
dice right now.
You bin them.
Yeah, burn them.
Get a little dice jail.
Oh god.
All right.
So I collapse into the water. Okay, good.
I just imagine, yeah, like you start, can't really doggy paddle, but T-Rex paddling in the water as you lose surface, as you break the surface tension and start, like, yeah, to clamber back up onto your thing. Eventually, you guys find a giant ramp, a giant conveniently placed ramp that then shoots you back into orbit. You come back towards Earth, and it's now a city, urban environment. Now, for some reason, you guys are driving past some kind of glass factory, and there's all these like guys walking around, and you don't know if they got like planes of glass between them or not, for human purposes. Old mate, you're currently in front in this city environment. How are you gonna? What, if anything, are you going to do to try and work out if there's planes of glass, and how you're going to avoid them?
We're going to aim for every single one specifically between different people, with the idea that, like, obviously it's a race, so people are going to be carrying around things that would give us boosts, just like the other pickups that we had.
All right, go for it.
The goal is to hit as many, not just glass panels, but as many workers as possible.
Okay. We're
Just like real life.
destroying the workers with your
And we're now
corporate
playing
greed.
Grand Theft Auto.
I don't know when we entered the.
We're now playing the game of life.
If you pull over, you can get your money
the more
back.
stars you get is good, right? Because like the stars put you in invulnerability mode and make you go faster.
That's it. That's how it works.
That's totally what I had in mind when I invented this fun childlike scenario. Roll 3d6 as you have the strength to overcome this situation.
553.
553. Ooh, all right. So it works for you somehow. Lincoln, you are currently neck and neck with Finn the Human as you encounter this environment. There is now chunks of broken glass. The people, however, they kind of bounce off like your dodgem cars. They just kind of bounced off the rampage.
It's head with broken glass and open fractures.
So there's some broken glass, but the people are all safe and now on the side.
I am going to tuck in right behind old mate and try to just take advantage of him bullying his way through all of this and get through before the broken glass hits.
All right. Roll 3d6 as you cleverly try and stick to this path.
All right. Yeah, that's not looking good. I'm going to take my last reroll and see if I can do a bit better on that one. And I cannot. No successes.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
So unfortunately, some of the broken glass puncture a tire, and you need to take a moment to reinstall the tire.
Yeah.
Finn the Human.
It's my time to shine. So I'm going to activate my barrier that I got from my first power up. And I'm going to use this ball-like power to just continue running and driving in Jake in normal car form and just fly straight through the encounter. Barriers up, baby.
Awesome. Roll 3d6 as you go as fast as you can and give yourself a success already from spinning the defense in a clever way.
Ooh. I've got one success, 2 falls and a 6, but I'm going to just spend one of my gems here and try and do better. I did not. So I'll take my 1 success plus the bonus. So 2 successes.
Yep. Nice. All right. Grimlock / Damien.
I'm going to use Links in as a ramp and try to jump over the glass.
This
Okay,
didn't go well for you last time, Grimlock.
I like it. I'm going to call it a strength roll as you kind of hold them in place as you leap off their back, Specky style.
I mean, cats usually fight back when you try to mount them, but
So many claws.
Yeah, one success.
And no rerolls. All right, so somehow you not only piggyback off Linkson, but because they're technically 3 successes ahead of you, they still manage to zoom past you.
I'm too much time hanging 10. Cowabunga, dude.
Still got these sweet licks.
Yeah.
Let's get those 80s references going.
You do this like Tony Hawk style bunch of tricks in midair, but every time you do a trick, you like pause and are frozen
for the camera.
For the camera.
Big word comes up across like, wow, radical.
Tubular.
Totally tubular.
You've just got your sponsorship banner that comes up at that point.
Sponsored by Chex Mix.
Right, so this is the last leg. It's more or less a straight line as you guys enter a stadium and your respectively adoring fans waiting for you guys to go. Your fans, knowing how you race, have gifts for you. If you want to try and describe something that somebody gives to you in a way that would help you in this race, go for it. But otherwise, it's a straight line to the stadium and the finish line. To give you... So... It's anybody's game except for Damien's.
Fair cop.
Old Mate is currently on the lead on 13 successes. Finn the Human is just behind on 12. Lynx and Danny is on 10. And Grimlock is on 7.
And not bad. He's on bad.
So he's on bad. Old Mate, given that you've got the lead, what are you going to do to try and maintain that?
I've got to drive super defensively. Still have my shield, so I throw that out, and basically create sort of like an oil slick behind me kind of thing, or a smoke shield behind me kind of thing, so no one can sort of target me with anything.
Get an automatic success for that.
Yeah, give me a clever roll and have a +1 success straight off the bat.
Oh, God, it's so difficult to catch up.
You're only one behind.
I got a 5 and a 4, and then the success. So
yep, so you're on 15. Finn the human. If you get 3 successes,
that's all right. I've got a plan here that's going to work really well. So as I approach the finish line, Princess Bubblegum comes out and hands me the trophy, saying I won.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Robots can't win. It's part of the rule.
Roll the no to help she won't. Check. Maybe give something else that doesn't involve larceny of the trophy.
Damn it. I think that Finn sees Princess Bubblegum, and knowing his lifelong crush, he's actually going to push extra effort into go Jake, go, we gotta win this. And feeling the burning sensation of youth, Jake puts everything he can into it.
All right, give me a speed roll and hope you get all successes, mate.
All right,
Prove your love.
I've got 1 emerald left. Let's see what I can do. 553. That's not enough. I'll use my final gem to see if I can do better.
Yep.
On B. 662. Nope, no love.
All right. Danny, this is for second place. Actually, no. Let me just double check the maths. This is to not lose to Grimlock. What are you going to do, and how are you going to do it?
Well, I'm going to do 2 things. One, I've still got a weapon sitting in my back pocket, which that would be the rest of probably the caltrops and bombs that I filled up my my glove box with. So I'm going to throw those out in front of everybody, knowing that they all have tires or sometimes feet, and these mines are hopefully going to at least slow them down, whereas my tank tracks will just go straight over the top.
I like it. So what else? You got to pick who you're targeting between Old Mate and Finn the Human. Old Mate's currently in the lead.
But in fairness, could she catch up to Finn if he got delayed?
So yeah, well, what I'm saying is, so she can.
My question
for every
is,
success,
does she have the ability to become second, or can she get first?
Yeah. What I'm going to say is, if you target if you target Connor, Old Mate, and you get 3 successes, that will make it a 3-way tie for first.
All right, that seems like a good plan. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
So that's a 3d6.
3d6 as you use your brains to target appropriately.
All right. 2 successes.
So that puts it into a 1-way tie between Old Mate and Finn the Human as you knock them down 1 square, but unfortunately you're not able to close the distance yourself.
Damn.
Grimlock.
Well, obviously I only have one option, and that is to Grimlock so hard that I rip a tear in time and space, and then I warp into the first position.
Oh, I forgot you could do that. Damn it! Didn't think about that.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you double successes. So for every success, it'll count as 2 points.
Okay.
As you try to bend physics and reality to double your value.
That's 3 failures, so that's...
All right.
That's out.
He ends up back in time before the race.
All right. So, Old Mate and Finn the Human, Do you want to have one final roll off to see whose nose crosses the line first, or are you happy to take the
I
job?
got to ram Finn for sure.
The
Alright.
power
Comes
of
up
love will
alongside.
beat you, and then Finn will try and punch you while Jake goes on ahead.
All right, each of you give me a 3d6 roll, and let's see who gets the most successes
Wait,
between
actually,
the
I
two
like
of
the idea that Finn and Jake split up, and then you split up into your two as well. So it's a
you. It's just a four-way battle.
Four-way battle.
All right, give me your respective 3d6 rolls as you each of you split.
Well, for each one of us,
No,
each
no.
half of us.
I think that's only fair. There is 5 or 4.
All right, give me six-sided dice, and whoever has the most 5s and 6s will win the race. And if it's a tie, then the universe has decreed it so.
Hang on, Lockie, roll 3 at a time.
Okay,
I got 6, 4, and a 1 for my first
I
one.
got 2 successes.
Oh.
See, I got 3, 6, 5.
All right,
Okay.
reroll.
Mhm.
I got a 1, 4, and a 4.
I got 4, 4, 2.
All right,
Oh,
so
Lucky wins.
Lucky wins.
Oh, Finn the human.
So,
Mathematical.
so here's what happens. So Grimlock, determined to break the laws of physics, tears a hole in reality and finds themselves in Grimlock's paradise as opposed to beating the finish line. What does that look like for Grimlock?
Grimlock's paradise.
Is that a bar fight? Is that the beach? What's
it's
that?
back in the time of dinosaurs, so we can punch real dinosaurs.
All right, so you leap through this pool that it opens up, expecting to be the finish line. Instead, you just headbutt another T-Rex, who immediately
It's a real T-Rex.
responds in
Oh
kind
my god, it's a brachiosaur.
and spends the next few millennia punching dinosaurs in the face.
I'm so happy.
I'm going
Daddy
to tell you
wants
why
to-
they call you dinosaurs.
Daddy, despite the fuselage of bombs and mines and caltrops that you've launched in front of you, and it does kind of give you a speed boost. But you look on, but unfortunately, your plan is foiled as both Finn and Jake and Ol and Mate, as I've decided to call your two halves, spread themselves out across the battlefield enough that your bombs aren't as effective as it could be, and you come in at a very respectable 3rd place. Ol and Mate, you're battling Finn and Jake. Unfortunately, Finn, powered by his love for Princess Bubblegum, manages to trip up the M8 module, and who falls behind. And unfortunately, the judges rule that you need to have both car and racer passing the finish line, and therefore Old Mate is, despite crossing at the same time, is ruled ineligible because it was only Ol that made it. Finn the human, what is your victory lap, and what does that look like?
I think they, leap up and have a crisp high five in the air while flicking their, feet back in as a Toyota ad style. And then Jake has a quip of, they should have called him all late. Am I right?
And with that, it all fades to black.
Beautiful.
With my adoring fans throwing flowers or possibly
Yes.
catnip.
Jake comes over for some of that. Oh, I'll take a little of that.
Where's Grimlock?
And then, next week, he's just there again with no explanation.
No explanation.
It just resets to normal.
I see he's actually lived through the entire period to catch back up to that point in time. So, yeah, I knew I couldn't come out without, faulting the space-time continuum, so I've been hiding in my basement.
He's just got a couple of Stegosaurus plates attached to the back now.
Yeah.
So that's it. So that's my system. It's called TOTs, or Telling Our Tales. It's on itch. Oh, I'm sure there'll be a link. I hope.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the YouTube. Yep.
That was really fun, Dan.
That was fun.
It's a really nice
Surprisingly
light system.
fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoy getting to play Finn and Jake. It's sad.
I just love the fact that you won, but the first 3 rounds, it's a 0 and then 0 and then 0.
But that's
then
the
one.
true comeback story of a hero / hero.
It's a true hero's journey, yeah.
It is very very appropriate for the cartoon you were playing.
Oh yeah.
Well, thanks for giving me a run for my money, everyone else, apart from Grimlock.
Apart from Grimlock, is just there for
Grimlock, you
comedy.
did pretty well at the beginning, yeah?
I was all right at the beginning. That really went downhill.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
I like the idea
actually-
that maybe the previous Grimlock was the one who threw, like Grimlock who went into the past and then came forward for the future was the one who threw the tree originally.
Yes. And then Back
This
to the
time I'll
Future
get them.
style. Back to the Future style had to hide, like, and not to cause a paradox. Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Just mistimed it, so I tried to land it on somebody.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. This was a very,
Yeah, that was
very
great.
impromptu, unorganized game, but it was a lot of fun. And
really
a
was.
lovely system, very easy system just to, yeah,
Jump
to
in,
learn.
yeah.
Jump in for anyone to jump in, really. And I'll put more information in the YouTube. And thank you, everybody who watches this.
Pleasure.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for watching,
Yeah.
people.
Love you all.
Night.
Bye.